First Cattaraugus, first tributary steelhead of the year, assuming I get it in. Oh, it's a big one too. Right after everybody left, eh? Man, they fight so much harder in the streams than they do in the lake. Look at that quick fish right in his mouth. He's peppered it. Turned off the camera because it's been a while. It's gonna be a little while before he tires out. You dare go around that log on me. Now, can't budge him. Put the net down for now. I had him almost in at one point, and then he just started running again. Right now he's just sitting there. Here he comes. See, that's why I bought a bunch of different colors of these here quick fish. I was using dollar colors. I used to use a bright flashy color. Switched to a fire tiger type color. And that's when he hit. Second cast. Now he's getting the idea he can run downstream with it. This is a nice one. Trying not to tire him out too much, but man, I don't want to tighten my drag too much more. He's not really zipping the drag, he's just not moving. Here he comes. He's not huge. He's coming. Finally, he's coming. I can't get this dang thing in. Gosh dang it. Stop freaking running. Give up already. You're not going nowhere. Look to me. Too small for him, that's okay. It's a decent steelhead. You can see a quick fish right in his mouth right there. Put my thing down out in the sand, hopefully. There he is. Alright. Finally, got my steelhead. And that's not the right kind of net for steelhead, but it'll work. Let's get a quick picture. Alright, steelhead one of the day. Probably about, well, I think I'm going to measure him just because he's darn near 20 inches. I think he's over 20 actually. He's probably about 22. Yeah, we're going to need to bring him over to, I think I'm going to need my pliers anyway. We'll, measure him, get some pliers on there. Drop this plug in the water. Of course. Alright, we're just good to go again. Hopefully my line's still good and tight there. measure him up real quick. Where's that night crawler come from? Half a night crawler sitting there. 25 inches. I can actually go a little bit longer. So I get at the end of the tail. Say 25 and a half. If you go to the end of the, see, I'm not pinching his tail quite right. So if I actually went all the way to the end of his tail, line it up about there. Yeah, I'll stick with, it's about 25 and a quarter. I'll call him 25 and a half if I pinch the tail the way you're supposed to. All right, buddy. Oh. He's off. That was a tough release, but he made it. All right, quick fish lure worked. Alrighty folks, so we'll do the outro video here. As I promised, I'd do a review of these quick fish lures. If you saw my video yesterday, I did an unboxing of my order of these, and I said I'd do a review of how they worked. So I took them today to Scobie Dam, tried for some steelhead. Conditions were about perfect for Cattaraugus Creek, but when I got here, there was a group of, they're older guys, they seemed like they knew what they were doing, fishing drift and egg sacks. Said they didn't catch anything all day, all morning, and that nobody else was catching them. And also there's an Amish guy right up at the dam, he said he didn't catch anything, he was using night crawlers. And so I did, once I switched to this bright color. I guess you can't be afraid to throw bright colors. I thought the water clarity was, you know, sort of average for Cattaraugus Creek. It was a little stained, but yeah, he slammed it on the second cast. Only one fish, but I guess it's safe to say I outfished the bait fishermen since, you know, they didn't catch anything. Don't quite know why it's so slow. I'm guessing it's just because the conditions have been too good for too long. You know, normally the steelhead, they'll bite when the conditions are very low and clear, and then they drop back up to ideal conditions and they're all hungry, or you know, when it's flooded, when there's a nice, you know, high water event, you get a nice fresh run of steelhead and they're hungry. But it's just been such a weird freaking year. Conditions have been perfect all year long, so I think the fish are just kind of stagnant, and that's why they're not biting. But anyway, you know, only one fish, but it was a dandy, and I'm happy. I give this lure a thumbs up.